All right, everyone, welcome back to the channel. This is Crypto Takeover, coming back with another video again for y'all this evening. So I've redrawn some trend lines on the charts, and Bitcoin had a nice little pump up to the top side. Didn't quite get above 10K, saw a little bit of rejection. Are we going to be able to get above 10K by the end of February, or are we going to get mass rejection by the end of this candle body close? Well, let's take a look at the charts and see what's going on. If that sounds interesting to you, please like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell so that way y'all can be updated every single day that I make a Bitcoin video. And let's get started. All right, we're taking a look at our 30-minute here, and we're going to try and see what's going on with our 30-minute. So we did have our money flow that moved to the top side here, indicating that we were going to see a little bit of a pump, not to be determined on how much was going to happen. Let's see what our percentage gain was here. If you were in a long, congratulations. That's freaking awesome. Y'all did well. This was still pretty choppy waters for me to be trading, so I was kind of unsure whether or not to take a position here or not. So you can see that our 30-minute sell has finally went off. We'll take a look at our 1 hour here. 1 hour is still looking nice. Money flow is starting to trend to the downside just a tad bit. Was this enough momentum to start to push us back to the top side? Well, it does look like we had somewhat of a rejection here, and I've drawn in some trend lines too. This is what I was predicting this to be the rejection, was about 10.1. It doesn't quite look like we made it that high, so we've kind of put in another somewhat of a ascending channel here to the top side, which if we break down, it could break bearish too, and 1 point extension from this would be maybe this trend line down here to for this broadening wedge that we have, or this this wedge pattern that we are in consolidating in for the most part. So whether or not we break out of this bullish or bearish, that's yet to be determined. But as we start to move into our higher time frames, we'll decide for ourselves what this looks like for us. So our 2 hour money flow starting to move into the green. Maybe we'll see a trigger wave here that might send us back to the downside, or now that our money flow is in the green, we could potentially be heading to retest the top of the support back in this channel that we found ourselves in too, as well, about 10,300. Excuse me, y'all. And so that's always a possibility as well. As we go into our 4 hour, 4 hour is also telling us that we're not quite out of the woodworks yet, still in a little bit of consolidation. Now, it is kind of concerning that we didn't get a massive pump to move back to the upside, and it does look like we are putting in a little bit of lower lows here on our micro channel that we are in. The macro is still a little bit bullish for the most part, or the mid macro time frame, because we did kind of pump all the way back up to that 10.5 area, but it does look like we found some rejection here, and we are kind of consolidating to see what the market movers want to actually happen and make do for the time being. Excuse me, all. And so you can kind of see how we are in, I know some people have been drawing this out too as a somewhat of a bull flag as well. So that is a possibility that we break to the upside here on this somewhat of a bull flag for the most part. So we're trying to really just figure out the pattern that's happening right now, and then go from there. We go into our 6 hour. 6 hour money flow. This is what I'm really trying to keep an eye on right now, is because I feel like we've already rounded so much here on our 6 hour to start to move back to the downside here on our money flow. Now we could get another big pump up to the upside, but this is what I had drawn out for my Telegram group, was that this money flow is just steadily rounding off just a tad bit. And so this is what I'm seeing in the charts, and I just want to keep a close eye on this, especially on our 6 hours. So our 6 hours is what I'm mostly keeping an eye on right now, but things could change. We could see another massive pump to the upside to signal our money flow is ready to continue to stay green for the most part. But I updated the Telegram group with that. Also, I've been keeping my Patreon members up to date as well. They've been getting new posts from me here and there. I've told them, I've given my Patreon members a post on how to set the Aldo EMAs up too. So that's the EMAs here that will allow you to have all these different EMAs. It's a custom code, but I shared it with them and hopefully they're enjoying that and making good use of it. So it basically just allows the EMAs to appear on your screen without having to have multiple indicators and change out those EMAs. You can kind of just do your own little programming and allow these allow the EMAs to show up how you wish. And then if we take a look at our 8-hour, we'll go into our 8-hour, that's fine. 8-hour, still kind of the same thing here. Money flow's kind of rounding off to the downside. What I like to see is the overall, I like to zoom out just a tad bit. And what I've really been doing is zooming out on our 12-hour to see what's been going on here. We still haven't had a big green dot since our big takeoff here. And I do kind of want to go back in the charts just a tad bit. Well, we'll actually go into our 12-hour. 12-hour buy signal did appear. We've just been in really choppy waters here lately, so it's been hard to trade off of these signals right now too as well. But as you can see, money flow is still kind of rounding here. But I did want to go back to our previous bull run and see exactly what happened here. So as we start to zoom out, you can see how overall the Cypher B patterns start to round at the top, money flow, and we don't have a really big green dot anywhere until we get into that red money flow. So what I'm kind of curious about is if we start putting in a big green dot, does that mean that we're going to start to see more downtrend? That's yet to be determined. But I would say that this is starting to look almost like a little bit of a rounded area right now too. So we just need to be careful, be considerate, stay safe trading if you are trading, or just buy the dip, that's all there is to it. So I do have a free newsletter that I send out, so y'all are welcome to get signed up for that. Also, I do giveaways every once in a while, and in order to qualify, you need to be signed up for the newsletter. So feel free to sign up for that. Also, I have a Patreon group. Prices will change by the end of the month to get into my private signals group, but you can still become a member right now for the same price, but just know prices will change by the end of February. And then the Discord and Telegram group are also free. Feel free to check those out as well. TradingView Pro Plus plan is what I use. You're welcome to use the affiliate link to help support the channel as well if you'd like. And then let's take a look at our, that's our 12-hour here. So 12-hour, still kind of having that roundish top, and that's just what I'm kind of concerned about. The 6-hour and 12-hour right now, they're a little bit more bearish than some of them. And then also our 1 day. Now, if our 1 day starts to move back up, above our previous high on money flow, that'll be pretty bullish for us. You can still see that our Heikinashis are red. We did have a nice little green wick to the upside here, but we've had these dojis fake us out as well too here in the past couple days. Just a really high volatility area, and that's really why I wanted to redraw some trend lines out just to see what we could be looking for here and there. And a lot of my other groups are saying that this is just a really high volatility area right now. You need to be really careful if you're trading. So maybe I haven't been giving a lot of signal calls right now, but that's just because I don't feel safe trading this. And you should know that you're not supposed to trade if you don't feel safe trading, so that's just using proper risk management. So we just really need to be safe out there. I would still expect a little bit more of a downside possibly based on our 6-hour and 12-hour. But then once we start to move into our higher time frames, they're still looking pretty bullish for the most part. So this money flow here starting to creep into the green area just a tad bit, but also maybe making its way back down to put in another trigger wave on the red money flow before we go back to the upside. And then our 3-day here still looking about the same as well. Ready to start moving into that green area. We'll see how this plays out though. We could come back down just a tad bit, maybe do like a little bit of a double bottom here on our money flow, and then start to send back up. So maybe one more trigger wave, a smaller trigger wave, and then send us back to the upside there on our 3-day. That is a fair possibility as well, and we'll take that into consideration. And then let's take a look-see here. So we don't have a sell signal yet on our 3-day. I think we'll probably still be waiting for that sell signal for a while until these Heikinashis start to turn completely red. And maybe after a few red Heikinashi candles, we'll see a sell signal possibly. So we still need to be aware of that. and take that into consideration as well. If y'all do want to use the Ledger affiliate link, y'all are welcome to. Right now, Ledger is doing a free Ledger Nano S when you order Ledger Nano X. So if you do want to just buy and hodl, feel free to check out the affiliate link down below. Also, if you do want to leverage trade, I offer the premium private signals group as well, but then we mostly use Bybit on there. If y'all have any questions about Bybit, feel free to message me. It can be kind of a learning curve for the most part, but just feel free to message me, learn how to ladder orders, learn what limiting out, marketing out, how all those affect your fees and everything too. These are just things that you're going to want to learn by yourself, and you can ask chat support too as well. Also, I'd recommend using testnet first and not depositing your BTC on this exchange to get started. Make sure that you are a profitable trader using the testnet first, and then you can go from there. Prime XBT is another great way to leverage trade if you are a USA citizen, so y'all can check out that exchange as well. I use the Brave browser to browse the web. It allows me to earn BAT token, BAT, basic attention token, as I browse the web. Somewhat of a passive income as well too. Feel free to check that out. Also, CryptoTab browser allows me to mine Bitcoin straight from my web browser, and I have it running on in the background of a few different computers that I don't use anymore. So another great way to earn passive income by mining Bitcoin without the whole trouble of ASIC miners and everything. Feel free to follow me on Twitter, Instagram. Y'all can message me on there if y'all like to as well. In our 4-day, still kind of rounding off into that reddish area as well too. Some nice choppiness going on here on our money flow, but our big blue waves are telling us that we still have a little bit further down to go as well too. So we'll have to keep an eye on this. These anchor waves are starting to move in to the downside on our 4-day, 5-day, and our 6-day. We don't have a red dot just yet on our 5-day, but it looks like we're getting a red dot pretty soon. And then our 6-day also looks like we're about to get a red dot here pretty soon as well too. So we'll see how this plays out. Could see a little bit of a sell-off. Maybe nothing too major. Our 6-day has that nice doji candle there that I've been keeping an eye on as well, indicating a reversal probably, or maybe some consolidation, then another reversal. We'll see what's going to happen. Then on our weekly chart, still looking relatively bullish on our weekly, but that doesn't mean that we could come back down and put in a trigger wave that will send us to the downside. And then if we come back below the 0 pivot point, we could put in another trigger wave that'll send us back to the upside, then continue the bull run. So we just need to keep an eye on our weekly as well too. Monthly, this is what everyone wants to know, how it's going to close by the end of this week. So also I did want to take a look at where our futures close, 9,740. We are a little bit above that, 9,892. So when our futures opens by Monday, we could see a little bit of a sell-off to fill that gap at 9,740. So we'll just have to keep an eye on that too as well. There will be a gap when the market opens more likely. And with that being said, check out the links in the description box below. And I hope y'all like the new layout that I'm using too. Let me know what y'all think. And like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell so that way y'all can be updated every single day. And with that being said, CTO is signing out. Talk to y'all next time.